Coffee and Headlines is brought to you by the generous support of our viewers and the following community partners: Best Court Cutting TV, Buforge Tax Preparation, Bravos Restaurant Bar, Casa Santonieta en Guilapa, El Rey Bar and Grill PV, Joint Boutique Hotel and Co-work, Monson Brewing Company, Owners Reps Puerto Vallarta, Puerto Vallarta Neurofeedback, PV Dental Avant-Garde, and Siam Cocina Thai. Thank you for your support, and thank you for supporting our community partners.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Coffee and Headlines, our morning get together live here on Facebook, live here on YouTube, live wherever it is convenient to you. And of course, if watching live is not convenient to you, hello whenever you're watching. And hello to the silent majority that chooses to watch without commenting. That's perfectly fine too. It is wonderful to see you all on this Friday, October 31st. It is the last day of October. And the weather is turning, and we are so very happy about that. Today, we have a weird news cycle because news are not very certain. And today, you have the opportunity of proving me wrong about something that is very important to me as it relates to Coffee and Headlines and everything that we do today. So pay close attention during the second half because things are going to get interesting. But first, let us take a quick look at the news. We talked about the tsunami drill, and it sounds lovely. Some say it's going to happen on Tuesday. Some say it's going to happen on Wednesday. The whole thing started because the authorities themselves, in their initial report, they said, well, it may happen on Tuesday. It may happen on Wednesday. So I'm not even going to share a link because there's no certainty here. And then we have this one. There's no Uber at airports, according to Mexico's Ministry of Infrastructure, Communications, and Transportation. They insist that there is no authorization for Uber to pick up passengers at any national airport, despite the fact that Governor Lemus, our governor, announced it was a done deal. So, once again, we don't know what's going to happen, but that's okay. It's Friday. Let's have a great weekend to look forward to. And then this one, God bless the governor. This is the public bus, the city bus promise of the week. Governor of Jalisco, Pablo Lemus, announced that the 25 public transportation units announced on October 16 will arrive ahorita, which is Mexican Spanish for any minute now. I promise, here they come. Any minute, just you wait. So he did not specify an exact date. He also stated that another 40 units will be added to the system during December. And in addition to the new units, those that will be part of the electric mobility route, which were supposed to arrive in December, arrive between December and January. And of course, all the buses will have Wi-Fi and air conditioning. But again, I'll believe it when I get a chance to ride them. Do I let this get me upset? No. All we do here at Coffee and Headlines is we amplify whatever we see. If we have a lot of meat to amplify, then we have a great story to tell. If we don't have a lot of meat to amplify, we don't. And that's just the way it is. Let us take a quick look at the weather forecast to see what's going on out there. And Snarky Weather says, oh Lord, I am strongly in favor of testing all the nuclear weapons in the world at the same time. That's what Snarky Weather says this morning. It is 31 degrees Uh, Out there, humidity is at 63%. Our weather forecast for today indicates that we're going to have clear skies in the morning with rain in the afternoon, a chance of rain of only 12%, a high of 32, and a low of 24. Tomorrow, Saturday, mostly cloudy skies in the morning with rain in the afternoon, a chance of rain of 20%, a high of 32, and a low of 24. Sunday, humid, mostly cloudy, with mostly clear skies. Let me start that one again. My goodness. Humid with mostly clear skies through the day, a high of 32 and a low of 23, and a measly 2% chance of rain. I tell you, I don't think it's going to rain anymore. So there you have it. Now, let me move on. What do we have next? Oh, there's certainty on this next bit of news. I love this. Walmart wants you to get loaded now so you can get loaded later on. Starting yesterday and running through Monday, November 10th, you can enjoy up to 35% off at Walmart nationwide. And this is in wines, spirits, and beers at Walmart Mexico, whether online or at any of their stores across the country. This promotion was announced yesterday and it's exclusively for adults aged 18 and over and is valid at all Walmart locations in Mexico. All I can think of saying is Bailey's, here I come. I also want to show you this illustration or this image. This image shows advancements on the new Amado Nervo bridge, but this image comes from a great local YouTube channel called Explore from the Sky. They take their drones and fly them on top of major construction projects like the new highway when they were working on it, like the airport expansion, and in this case, the Amado Nervo Bridge. So it gives us locals a bird's eye view of how the construction projects are looking lately. This might be of interest to some. I find the progress of these works fascinating to enjoy. So I'm happy to share the link of this YouTube video in the show notes in case you are curious about advancements in this new bridge that will hopefully improve connectivity in our city. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here is your chance to prove me wrong. And it starts with a little story. I got this message from a viewer. Hola, Paco. Anything you can do to promote our new hour, 7:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. would be greatly appreciated. This came from Greg. So, in my mind, first of all, I appreciate the fact that, oh, I'm not even showing you what I want to show you. There you go. Anything you can do to promote our new hour, 7:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. would be greatly appreciated. This came from Greg. First of all, I appreciate that somebody would actually ask because that means that they're taking coffee and headlines, they're taking us into account so that we can amplify the news. I appreciate the fact that somebody would ask the question because a lot of times people just send stuff out expecting things to happen. So in my case, I appreciate the question. Now, who did this come from? Well, this came from Greg Travasi at no, Greg, what is Greg's last name? Travasi is the name of the business. Greg, I forget what Greg's last name is, but Greg sent me this image. So at least I have something that I can share, which is good. It says here, number one, TripAdvisor best coffee house in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. New hour, 7:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. And there's a website at the bottom, which of course I will share with you in the show notes. But what a business like Greg's or anybody else's business could really do for us, and this is the part in which I want you to prove me wrong, is tell us a good story. Why? Because I've come to believe that as viewers here, or cluster members here at Coffee and Headlines, I've come to believe, or I've hoped to believe, that you are curious and you like good stories. I like good stories, and I'd like to think that you like good stories. I'd like to think that you want to know more than just when a business is open or closed. You want to know what's the story behind the changes or whatever. And why is that important? Because promotions sell, stories connect. At the end of the day, anyone can announce a sale, a special, or a new item, and yes, that moves the needle. But when we tell a story, we don't just inform, we invite. We build trust, curiosity, and belonging. A promotion says, buy now, and that's okay. A story says, let me show you why this matters. One transaction is good. However, a lasting relationship with someone who feels seen, welcomed, and connected, that is absolutely priceless in my book, and I think it is priceless in your book as well. So today, as you think about your business, if you have a business, your creativity, or your next project, don't just promote it. Tell the story behind what you do and watch the community lean in. And that's how I think about you. I think of you as a curious community that wants to be informed, that wants to understand, that doesn't only want to be told where to go or what to do. If I'm wrong, just let me know. And we will be happy to pepper our programs with all kinds of promotional items, which I have wanted not to do. But at the end of the day, I am here to provide the connections that you need. And if you tell me, Paco, we need to see all these sales, we don't care about what's going on. We want to know about the sales and the promotions, then I'll be happy to do that. Because at the end of the day, this is your broadcast. Now, in saying all of this, I have no bones to pick against or with Trovasi Cafe. I hear that it is wonderful. I know that they provide tablecloth service in Colonia Emiliano Zapata early in the morning. And if they have expanded their hours all the way up till 9 p.m., they must have great stories to tell of why they did it and how they plan their afternoon and evening menus and how they're going about their staffing. I would love to hear your stories, Trovasi Cafe. Maybe the audience would love to hear their stories as well. Tell me, am I right or am I wrong? And we'll take a look at your comments in a second. And before we do that, let's take a look at this.
Before she was the queen of salsa, she was a young Cuban woman with a dream, a voice, and a decision that would change her life forever. Celia Cruz grew up in the heart of Havana, surrounded by drums, boleros, and the pulse of Afro-Cuban rhythm. Her voice carried the warmth of her island and the fire of her spirit. But when politics took a dark turn, Celia made the painful choice to leave her homeland and was never allowed to return. Exile didn't break her. It made her unstoppable. From Mexico to New York, she turned heartbreak into rhythm and transformed joy into rebellion. Her music became a voice for millions who longed to dance, to hope, and to belong. With every stage, every sequin, every azúcar, Celia reminded the world that joy is power and music, freedom. Join music storyteller Paco Ojeda for Azúcar, the life and music of Celia Cruz, a vibrant, heart-pounding journey through her sound, her story, and her soul. Because behind every beat, there's a story worth dancing to. Azúcar, the life and music of Celia Cruz. Thursday, November 20th at 5 p.m. at the Joint Boutique Hotel and Co-work. Tickets are 300 pesos per person, available at the front desk.
Oh, yes. And now let us take a quick look at your comments and see what we have going on. I see a lot of good mornings. Thank you very much for that. Tune, 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 tune. Da 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 da. More good mornings, more good mornings. Mary says imminent as in ahorita, as in someday. Unfortunately, yes, whenever we add the ita to ahora, it means not right away, but we have no idea. So it is what it is. Let's see what else. Let's see what else. Hello, Muffin. It is great to see you. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, I made myself cough. Hold on. I laugh and I make myself cough. Lovely. This is funny. With all these new electric buses coming, we will see extension cords all over the city and really long ones for the bus to Boca. Good Lord. I love it. Is anybody proving me wrong today? Well, not really. But Mary says stories. Yes. Oh, thank you very much, Laura. You're absolutely right. Stories give us information as to why we make the choices we do. Also, it helps information sharing for good to everyone. I appreciate everything I have learned from all. See, my impression when somebody just sends me a JPEG image of something, it is kind of like the equivalent of somebody leaving a flyer on the windshield of my car. And I'm like, oh, okay, so aside from contamination, why have you left this in my car? Why do you expect me to do it with it? If those flyers had interesting stories, maybe they would be more interesting to me. So here at Coffee and Headlines, again, what works is, send us links to your stories, send us links to your promotional efforts, but tell us more about what's going on or why you did it or why it matters, and I am sure we'll get along just fine. And I think we are good to wrap this up. Thank you very much for keeping me company this morning. I wish Trovasi Cafe much success with their new hours. Greg Mosier, that's Greg's last name. Hello, Greg. I hope you're watching. Best of luck with your new hours, but give us some meat here so that we can really get excited, or at least some of us can really get excited. Actually, before we go, speaking of, I do want to touch base on something, if I may. Hold on just a second. Let me get rid of that. I want to show you something. This happened yesterday. Where is my button to show you what happened yesterday? There you go. So yesterday afternoon, I had the second full house on the telling of the stories behind Day of the Dead. And you know why that was important to me? That was important to me because I had the opportunity to tell 64 English-speaking folk how important they are. And you know why they're important? They're important because they're curious. You are curious. I've come to believe that you are curious viewers. You want to know more. You want to understand. And you know why you're important? Because not all English-speaking locals or English-speaking visitors are as curious as you are. So I'm very grateful to connect with curious individuals every time I have the opportunity to do so. And it is a privilege and an honor to connect with you on a regular basis. And with that said, we can now wrap things up. Have a great Friday, and I'll see you back here tomorrow morning for more coffee, more headlines, and more stories. Have a good one.